goal is to just push beyond your first idea and just frequently release your innovative and to generate a wide variety of solutions to your challenge.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into Nodes of Design. To help support our mission spread knowledge, we have a very special guest on today's episode. Let's welcome Amy Wang, who is a director and designer with over a decade of experience working in digital product design, brand identity, design strategy for web, mobile and videos. She was also an instructor at Art Center and previously worked with brands like Miranda Studios, Ferroconcrete, Logan.tv, Focus Features, Apple, MPC, Netflix and Easily. In this episode, Amy had shared wonderful insights on visual design and how to serve the needs of both users and clients. We also spoke on how one can develop their choice of visual preferences based on different projects. Along with these, we also spoke on how to overcome the difficulty of communicating your ideas. In the end, we spoke about few techniques using which one can improve their visual skills like choice of color, theme, perspective, and many more. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and on every Friday, we release new episodes with different creative leaders from around the world to help you better understand different concepts related to design. So don't forget to tune in into Notes of Design every Friday. With that being said, happy designing, everyone. Hi, Amy. Welcome to Notes of Design. It's a pleasure hosting you today on our show.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here today.
So, Amy, how's your day going?
My day's been really great. Staying indoors and keeping safe.
Thank you so much, Amy. So, if you could give a brief about yourself to our audience out there.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Amy Wang. I'm a visual designer and an art director, and I've worked with various tech companies and agencies on visual designs, branding, and design strategies. I mostly work with web and mobile product design, so various visuals on products and tech.
Thank you so much, Amy. So, Amy, what was your journey into design and how did you start?
So I guess from a very young age, I've always very interested in art and design. I'm growing up in a family with all very creative members, including my dad, who was a product designer for airport chairs and office chairs. And from that, I was really inspired by building a design system and idea that can actually impact a person's life. And that really had me started actually pursuing a design in my future as to impacting others' life. And as to prior to that, later I went to Art Center and pursued a Bachelor of Fine Art in graphic design. And I remember my professor, who is Aaron Gerson, who really spoke about applying happiness in your life. And as to Steve Jobs said, the only way to do great work is to live what you do and to really love what you do. And what Aaron Grace really said, what really inspired me was to do what you love and loving what you do. So I really, from that, I really implement that in my career, and as to asking myself as to if I'm doing both, and if not, what can I do to change? So as related to that, I have worked with tech companies such as Apple and other companies in Silicon Valley to further my design journey, and mostly centered in human-centered design. And that really developed me to create interfaces that can actually create an impact in everyday human life and their mobile experience.
Thank you, Amy, for taking us through your journey. So what are your tips to the beginners?
If people designer like just starting out, I would suggest that they will keep sketching a lot of ideas, like iterating, like any kind of ideas they have. They will be great to carry like a sketchbook wherever they go. So it's a great form and practice as to jotting down every kind of as to icon ideas or any app idea or any kind of keeping this journal. You can always go back and to implement to your further or future projects. So having that practice and kind of a habit can really help you in further your design career and kind of also it's like a daily design creative journal that's fun and kind of jotting down what you observe in your surroundings too. So that really helps with user interaction too. And also, I would say to also creating like mood boards can really help you practice visually. So as to color palette, it's really fun way to kind of creating your own colors that you can create what brand that you like, or you can implement. Oh, okay, I found this beautiful book cover that's blue, that coral, and then you can just take a picture, or you can just screenshot it as a scrapbook, and that really create this organic kind of color palette of your own. And later on, it really can help us to creating your own brand as well, and to crafting your own design system and your own kind of niche into what you like to focus on in the future, and what kind of designers you like to become, and what kind of the design visual form you like to do. And yeah, I think those are, and also I guess as to reading a lot of articles as well really helped me as well as to keeping up the trends in tech, to know what your design solutions are, and to kind of always implementing more of the news. Like Medium is a great article source that people use in UX and user experience. So that's a great medium to use. And that really can help you strategize your design thinking and to further on in your career.
Thank you so much, Amy, for giving us those great insights to the young beginners out there. So let's begin our show with visual design. So what exactly is visual design and how to serve the needs of both users and clients?
For visuals design, I would think that it's a form of a great storytelling. And as to that, it's a great communication. It's a language tool that people can use to communicate their ideas, or from using effective visual forms to create and to implement a solution as to any user's problem, or a form that they can kind of tackle this project. And as visual design, I think of you incorporate a lot of like imagery or color palette, and incorporate a lot of typography, including a lot of the language system. And including that, that really improves the user experience as how you implement the visual designs. And I found that's really important as how you incorporate from layouts and from not too cluttered kind of design system that people and user can read efficiently, and that really translate how they can actually use the product. And from that, if working with clients, we usually want to find out the why first, and that really is some of the keys to start any kind of visual form and designs. And from knowing the why, really let us dig very deep into kind of the behind of the story, and why the user really want to start this journey with us, and why they want to do this project to create a better product for the users. And from that, usually visual designs, we also implement a lot of iterations and a lot of updating a lot of different kind of ideas together with the team. So it's a really collaborative form in visual design. So it's always about having a brainstorming session, and having an idea of bouncing off each other, saying, oh, this color goes great on this kind of color tone for this mood, for this user or persona we're using, and how that can translate visually for their brand, or to implement their communication in the interfaces.
So, Amy, what do you think is an effective way or process to settle on one choice of visual preference? Because a lot of young designers always face this problem of overcoming a difficult time they had communicating their ideas out there.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, if an effective way of implementing a visual choice, I always focus on the users first. If you are designing for a product or for user experience, designs. And by knowing kind of the behind the story as to what the user's needs are, and that kind of really narrowed down all the clutter of, well, what kind of things you can do, like all the other visual cool thing you had in mind, but always put that aside first, and also just focus on the user needs. That really can really strategize and really strengthen your design as well. And not only that can focus on your project's needs, and you can also implement that into your products further and stronger design as well. I guess and also for visual designs, I would say to add a lot of implementing typography and the color palettes, and that really creates a harmony as to the visual form. As when you're walking through the product, the user can really kind of emotionally experience your visuals, and that really can really uplift not only their emotional wise, but also the journey as to using that product. And so not only when visual designs, they are creating it might be a beautiful visuals, but in the end of the day, it's also actually helping the users using the products more efficiently, and how we implement their interface very in minimal way, and how they can actually use it quickly. And as to visually wise, typography is also a way to use as minimal as possible, so user can understand right away as how you can use it, how the readability is, and how they can really learn, adapt to this product right away. And that really can help us to the overall product design. So it's a great way to and to think about how you can incorporate them into your interactive design. If you are interested in interface or UI designs, this is a great method to use and to practice on. And this is also great to really solve how you can focus on a lot of your ideas and as visually, and also can implement it in your product ideas as well.
Thank you so much, Jaime. So what are some ways in which people can improve their visual skills, like choice of color, theme, or perspective to be used in an interface or in practical design?
So some of the great practice ways that I would suggest to use is always just keep sketching ideas, and to kind of keep practicing your hand as to form of if you're a first time designer, it might be very daunting as to sketching or putting your thoughts on paper, but it's always a step of leap of faith as to just put your pen on the paper and just drawing it out, all of your ideas and all whatever quick ideas you have, and just put it down on paper. And that really can kind of like a step in stone of a designer and a journey of starting out this career. And one of the cool practice is called Crazy 8, which is a skill that I created by Google that it's like a design sprint method. So it's a quick sketching exercise that really just challenge people that's like create a sketch of 8 distinct ideas in 8 minutes. So the goal is to just push beyond your first idea and just frequently release your innovative and to generate a wide variety of solutions to your challenge. So that's a great and fun way to just creating your ideas on paper. Another way is to suggest to create a mood boards and the visual tone, and kind of creating this visual library of your everyday, so you can actually implement it in your next project or throughout your design career. And I find that really effective and pretty important as well, to develop this library of design throughout every day, or constantly grabbing resource or inspirations or whatever quotes you read, or what kind of this billboard you saw that was really interesting, or there's a type of phrase on the poster that's really interesting, then you can always gather all these resources in the library that you can always keep on going back and be inspired and to implement it throughout your journey. And not only that, it really helps as a UX environment where you have to incorporate your user's experience, and not only visually, but implementing your design thinking as well. So thinking about a lot of different kind of thinking method, or everyday how people use things, or what the current are, or so keeping up everything around you is really important, and that really can help you with furthering your creative journey as well.
Thank you so much, Jamie. So on a concluding note, comment 3 favorite books of yours and also 3 people who inspire you the most in this ecosystem.
Great. So one book that I've read that is called In Pursuit of Elegance by Matthew E. May. It's a great book that really challenges your design thinking, and it changes the way how you look at your surroundings in a way that they talk about how some of the great ideas and why there's something that's missing. So it really push you to think more and how you can push beyond what you have in your product or whatever design a project that you are on, but just the overall design thinking as to pushing you further. And the second book is a fundamental UX design book. It's called UX Strategy by Jaime Levy. This is a wonderful book that really can get you kickstarted on how user experience and how you can design the product. So it really talks about the details of implementing like easy to apply framework that you can execute a great product using this different steps of different form of research and different ways of the thinking behind the UX and the product design. And the third book I suggest is Simon Sinek's Start with Why. This is a wonderful book that it really helps you with not just design, but your overall everyday life. It really challenge you and really inspire you at finding your whys. And by knowing the why, you really can finding out the behind the intentions of why you're doing certain things. And that really can uplift you by just not doing a thing that you are just doing for a job, but you are actually implementing more than that, as to might be impacting someone's life, or knowing that person's need can really make your design process even enjoyable and very worthwhile. So the 3 people that really inspire me is, one of it is a designer from Apple, Johnny Ive, who's an amazing product designer who you might know. He's the designer for the iPhone, and would really inspire me of how the minimalist design he's used and all the intention of just taking out all the unnecessary icons or the interfaces needed, but with just one click and with one circle for the button to start. That's really, really amazing and really inspiring for any product designers. And my second one is a graphic designer who's called Ollie Moss. He's an amazing illustrative poster designer, created this very motif kind of visual forms. So it's really graphical kind of illustrations that you can actually see 2 meanings in one image without any type. I found that really powerful as to any visual designers creating a visual form that can communicate more than just a beautiful image. And the third inspiring person is, I think it's Simon Nick, who is also the author of the Start with Why. I always heard about his speech and his talks. Is very inspiring and always looking to us to very motivational, as to intention, as to why you're doing everything, and is really impactful as to if you're looking into any motivational speakers that can really is a great resource to look at, and he gave a lot of talks in TED Talk or a lot of conferences you can look at. I hope that gets really inspiring to dig deeper into creative journey.
That's definitely inspiring, Amy. And thanks for your wonderful time and sharing us these great insights with us. We are looking forward to host you again.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a really amazing, inspiring journey for me as well.